I'm auto specialist Tom Voelk for the Seattle International Auto Show, and this is the Cadillac Escalade-V. If you want to torment your neighbors and you go to work early in the morning, this just might be the perfect vehicle. That's so awesome. This is the most powerful, most sophisticated, most Escalade-y Escalade ever, even if the visual isn't nearly as loud as the exhaust. Escalade has never received the V treatment, and if you want it now, it's going to cost you. Pricing starts at just over $150,000 with shipping, as tested, $155,000. Keep in mind that a similarly equipped sport model goes for about $40,000 less. The fascias are new, though this looks a lot like the Sport. The tails redo is a lot more menacing with quad pipes. There are badges, those are kind of subtle. Black trim too, again, similar to Sport. And these 22-inch wheels are unique to the V. It's what you don't see that makes the difference. One exhaust pipe has a French horn curlicue in its run, so they're equal length. 6-piston Brembo front brakes get the red treatment, which matches the fob. There's an adjustable air suspension and the newest version of GM's awesome magnetic ride control. The rear suspension is independent. It's full-time all-wheel drive, no for high or low settings. The 6.2-liter V8 is no larger, but it packs 682 horsepower and 653 pound-feet of torque in the V because it's supercharged. The unit is larger than the one found on the CT5V Blackwing. The engine is hand-built using beefed-up components to handle the extra stress. Maybe buy Morgan a beer next time you're in Detroit to say thanks. The splash screen on entry is something owners will enjoy, especially at a price of over $150,000. That LED in the steering wheel is for Super Cruise. The neighbors won't be thrilled about the V though, especially if you commute early in the morning. It's chest-rattling loud, kind of surprised it's legal. The note is adjustable and there's a stealth mode, but it's practically worthless. The gearbox is a 10-speed that's nearly telepathic, and these will get used because they're fun. Drive modes, yes, there are a few of them, and they make a big difference, especially the custom setting that I used a lot. And there's V mode. For starters, it drops the ride height 20 millimeters, or 0.8 of an inch for us Americans. It can also be tuned to a driver's personality. The standard Escalade's no slouch when it comes to acceleration. The V drops the benchmark 0 to 60 runs easily by 1.5 seconds, 4.4 seconds according to General Motors, using launch control. Remember, this weighs over 3 tons, 6,200 pounds, some 2,800 kilos. It's hard to imagine something this big rocketing up to speed with such control and no drama, except when it comes to sound. Then there's drama, good drama. Your ears will love it, even if others won't. The driving dynamics of the Escalade-V are excellent. Magnetic ride control is nearly magical. No, this is not a sports car, but chucked into a corner, body movements are very nicely controlled. You'd almost think that this is a crossover, but no, it's a body-on-frame truck. And the 10-speed transmission. Nice, quick shifts. It almost feels like a dual clutch. The ride quality is never flinty, the structure quiver-free. The biggest issue, no pun intended, is the size. And this isn't even the extended ESV model, which can be had as a V. The seating position is high. Supplemental oxygen, maybe? Once you've reached cruising speed, the Escalade-V is as quiet as any Escalade, which means it's pretty darn quiet. But if you want to hear the note, it's easy to hear. So you've got quiet, you've got drama, it's all good. Love that burble. Gosh, that's great. Nasty stuff. With the destination plugged into the Navi system, there's augmented reality prompts, helpful. Personally, I don't like large vehicles, but plenty of people do. Apparently, they don't mind frequent trips to the gas station. Fuel economy. Well, the EPA rates the average and on premium fuel at 13 miles per gallon. Does that surprise anyone? Anyone? Yeah, I didn't think so. A reminder that Cadillac is phasing gas engines out for electric drivetrains. I like the cockpit of this Escalade. It's a far cry from the first generation when it looked like a slightly nicer Chevy Tahoe. Nearly every panel is unique now. Touches like the design here and the Mondrian pattern in the semi-aniline leather catch the eye. And yes, that's purple or dark auburn. Seats are heated and vented, massaged too. This is zebra wood. It's real. Wood, not zebra. And then there's the OLED screen with 38 inches of diagonal display. It's actually 3 of them, but integrated so well, it's hard to tell. And then there's something that Cadillac brought to the automotive industry first, night vision. Think it's a gimmick? I grew to like it, especially in inky dark Seattle where pedestrians all seem to wear black at night, head to toe. People are highlighted easily 100 yards away. It even picked up a rabbit crossing the road. The AKG Studio Reference 36-speaker audio system is in my top 3. Magnificent sound with a lovely spatial quality. This big glass roof is standard. There are the expected places to squirrel things away. The only real options on this Escalade are Super Cruise at $2,500 and the $700 fridge with freezer function. Things stay very cold. Escalade-V has belts for 7. Those in the second row should be pretty comfortable. I'm 5'9". I have decent headroom. Knee and leg room is what you make it. Maybe show those in row 3 a little compassion, huh? The kids can watch all sorts of streaming sources through the built-in high-speed internet service. Separate climate zone? Check. Heated seats? Yes. All the power ports you'd want too. The floor is flat, so climbing between the seats to the back row is easy. Maybe do that if there are car seats mounted in the mid-row, since that would end in tragedy. It's easy to scoot back here. Vans would be even easier. Generally, this is the part of the review where I get into the third row of an SUV and complain about how tight and cramped it is, but it's kind of roomy back here. I have the same amount of headroom that I have in the second row. With these slid about halfway, there's enough knee and leg room for an adult, and the cushions are high enough so that there's actually some thigh support. That almost never happens in a 3-row crossover SUV. With all rows usable, there's 25.5 cubic feet, nearly twice as much space as some SUVs. Because of the independent rear suspension, GM engineers carved out significant room for cargo. 73 cubic feet behind row 2 is impressive. And the mid-row drops from here as well. You could even let people into row 3. This is 121 cubic feet. It's not like Cadillac is pumping the V out like Silverados. This will be a rare sight, though unmistakable by bone-shaking sound alone. Check with your local Cadillac showroom to see if they have one to listen to. It's a sonic and luxurious sensation. For the Seattle International Auto Show, I'm Tom Voelk.